Saturday, April 12th, 14 days out. 7 more days until peak week begins. Felt like having some Mexican today. It's been a while. Chicken breast, 400 grams of peppers and onions, some reduced fat Mexican cheese, some cumin, salt and pepper, Cholula. Then I got that salad there for some more volume. Waiting to hear back from Tyler about what kind of macros and cardio we're going to be on this week. I'll let you guys know when I hear. Saturday night, 550 grams of liquid egg whites, serving of reduced sugar ketchup, and a little bit of butter. I think 13 grams. So I heard from Tyler, and we are going to just go for one last dig this week. Nothing too crazy though, so we dropped my carbs to 200 grams a day from 225, so not bad there. And then on my refeed day, I'll just hit 375 carbs instead of 400. So basically dropping carbs by 25 grams every day. Fat's gonna stay the same at 50 and protein at 225, and then I'm also just gonna tack on like a little extra cardio. I'll probably just do a couple 15-minute sessions of steady state after a few workouts just to get a little extra cardio in there, and then we should be good to go. So honestly, not too bad. Definitely could have been worse. Carbs are never got lower than 200, so oh, my boy Kenny Gonzalez just put up, looks like prejudging from his show this morning. Today was his first show. So if you guys aren't following Kenny Gonzalez, I really loved following his prep. He's like 2 weeks ahead of me because his first show was today. Mine will be in 2 weeks. So it's been really cool to follow him and really motivating for me, his redemption, because he actually tore his bicep a couple years ago and now he's back on stage for the first time. So really happy for him. He looks sick. I could tell even just from the thumbnail that it's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna watch this video and I'll see you guys later. Alright guys, it is now Sunday morning. It is the 13th, maybe? I think the 13th of April, 6:45 a.m. Just gonna make some breakfast right now. Today's gonna be a refeed day actually, so I'll have 375 grams of carbs. Like I said, 6:45, so by the time this is done it'll be about 7 probably, and I'm gonna get to the gym maybe around 8, see how quickly I digest. But some people in Macro Magic, if you guys aren't in that group on Facebook, check it out. A lot of good food ideas and stuff like that for macro friendly stuff, and also just some crazy IIFYM stuff. Someone asked me there how I cook up my oats to make them really fluffy, so I figured I'd show you guys. You guys might help you guys out. So I'm gonna have a pretty big bowl this morning because it is the refeed day, so I'm gonna have 100 grams of oats and I'm gonna mix some other stuff and I'll show you how I do it. So first, obviously, just gonna weigh out 100 grams, which is a pretty decent amount of oatmeal to begin with, but I like to get as much volume out of it as I can. So 100 grams. Alright, so just gonna add water. Gonna add a good amount of water in here. It'll be like pretty flooded, I guess. So that should be good. And now I'm just gonna cook them in the microwave for 2 minutes. Alright, so cooking that for 2 minutes. Alright, so it's out of the microwave, in there for 2 minutes, so it actually did absorb a good amount of all that water. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. You can see there's still some water in there, but it's actually gonna be able to soak it up if I just keep stirring. So I'm gonna do that until all the water is absorbed. Okay. Just gonna keep adding more water, a little bit at a time, and just keep stirring it. because it's gonna soak up, it'll soak up everything that I put in for a little while. They can hold a good amount of water and it'll get it nice and fluffy. So I'm going to keep doing this to the point where it can't hold any more water and it's going to be like flooded again. So we're just going to keep doing this until it gets a little bit flooded. Now I'm not really sure how well this will work with different kinds of oats. I always use quick oats, but you could give it a shot with like steel cut. I know those take a lot longer to cook, and also the regular rolled oats, old fashioned I guess. So you can see this is actually taking a good amount of water. So it's probably at its limit now. So this is when I'm gonna add my other stuff. Sorry about that. So now I'm gonna add more water on top of it, kinda how we did before we cooked them the first time. Because I'm gonna put it back in the microwave for another minute. So I'm gonna add a little excess. Not as much as the first time, but just a little bit this time. Because I'm only gonna put it in for another minute. So I'll add this peanut butter in there first. I'm gonna take 20 grams out of here. And that, putting the peanut butter in the microwave for a little bit is gonna allow it to melt down and mix up into the oats a little bit more. And then I really like the way the banana tastes when it's cooked a little bit. It really brings out the sweetness. Certain fruits like you don't want to put in the microwave probably, like strawberries. If you're gonna put that in your oats, you probably don't want to put that in the microwave. Apples are pretty good in the microwave too, if you're gonna mix them in. They that gives them a nice flavor too. I used to do bananas after, but I tried it one time mixing them in and I really like the way it tastes. And I'm gonna put some cinnamon in here too, just a little bit. So got all my ingredients in there. Gonna give it a little bit of a mix and then another minute in the microwave. Alright, so now it's out of the microwave. Gonna just stir it up a little bit more because there's peanut butter in there. Just get it distributed. And you can see it's a little watery, but I'm just gonna stir it up for a little bit and it'll get nice and absorbed. And that's pretty much it. I guess if you add too much water, you could throw it back in the microwave for a little bit. But this will be pretty good and it's gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna have it with a scoop of whey. It's actually 50 grams of whey on the side. Sometimes I mix it in with the oats, but if you're gonna do that, I recommend waiting until it's done cooking. So I would actually add the whey to it now instead of cook the whey with the oats in the microwave. It just gives it a weird texture that I don't really like. But today I just decided to have some whey on the side. So pretty decent. I mean, that is a lot of oats, but definitely fluffed it up a lot more. Let's see what the macros are. So the macros for this meal are 19 fat, 101 carbs, 57 protein, also 17 grams of fiber. So definitely will fill me up. Hopefully it'll be some good pre-workout fuel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Let me know if you're gonna give it a shot. And yeah, looking forward to these oats. I love oatmeal and I don't eat it too much except for on my refeed days now since my carbs are getting so low. So gonna enjoy it. That money shot though. That's it, man. That's it. One of my favorite meals lately. Chicken, Cholula, sweet potato with some peanut butter and some roasted asparagus. Delicious. Chilling outside of Rita's.
Hi.
That mango vanilla gelati. I'm having some water. Feels bad, man. The goat combo. Vanilla ice cream with crunch berries. Got this big ass bag of generic crunch berries. This is the store brand. This is Giant Eagle. It's the food store I go to. 2 pounds of that, and it was like $3.50. So I had to grab that. Definitely my favorite cereal, and I know I'll never get sick of this, so that's why I invested. And then I actually went with fat-free vanilla. This time I don't usually get that. Usually I go with like the slow churned, which has a little bit of fat, but really wanted vanilla and couldn't pass this up, especially for 68 grams per serving, which is pretty big. 0, 19, and 3. So I figured that would help out, especially for like a refeed day when my carbs are getting up there and my fats are still at 50, and then also for like next week with peak week, so I can have some ice cream without worrying about wasting any fats there. So love putting cereal on vanilla ice cream, probably one of my favorites, even more than like getting different flavors of ice cream. I really like just vanilla with cereals on top. So if you guys, any of you guys do this, let me know, and let me know what combos you found have been really good. This is probably my favorite, but definitely open to suggestions and recommendations. Let me know. What's up, guys? It's Monday, April 14th, 6:30 a.m. and we are 12 days out. So getting pretty close, getting excited. 5 more days until we start peak week. So final stretch right now, ready to grind it out. You can probably tell I look pretty tired. I woke up probably about an hour ago though, and I'm just having breakfast right now. I have to start rotation in like an hour and a half. I get there at 8, so I'm gonna eat and then shower and do all that shit. But this is my last week of low macros, right? Because peak week starts Saturday. This is actually my last week of rotations until I'm finally finished with pharmacy school after 6 years. So it's pretty epic timing that these 2 huge journeys are ending the same day. So my last day of low calories, although I might be on like somewhat low calories on Saturday and Sunday at the beginning of peak week, but peak week officially starts Saturday. Friday is officially my last day of pharmacy school, so a lot of things to keep my spirits high, even though my calories are pretty low this week. Carbs are down to 200. Just trying to stay really positive, and it's all mental, guys. Like, at this stage of the game, it's crazy how much your mood and attitude just plays a role in being able to get through this. I mean, I've been staying really positive as much as I can like the past 5 weeks, and it helps so much. You just have to just keep, I don't know, just keep staying positive. It's all mental. It's crazy how much your attitude plays into it. But yeah, so I'm actually, like I said, this is my last week of rotation, and I actually graduate the day after my first show, so that'll be a pretty epic weekend as well. So really a lot of things for me to look forward to, a lot of things for me to not be so apathetic about, like getting through this prep, but just really excited. So I'm having my typical breakfast right here. I actually had to make a little bit of some changes to it since my carbs are low. I'm at 200 grams of carbs this week, so that's the lowest they've been throughout this entire prep. Last week we're just gonna grind it out. So these next 5 days might get a little rough. I'm sure my workouts will probably feel it, but like I said, I'm gonna stay as positive as possible. So this probably looks familiar to you guys because this is the breakfast I've been eating for the past, like, I don't know, a couple months at least. But this is just stayed the same. This is 150 grams of Greek yogurt. I got a little strawberry leaf in there. 150 grams of Dannon Light and Fit vanilla Greek yogurt and 200 grams of strawberries. And then over here I have eggs, potatoes, like the shredded up hash brown potatoes, peppers and onions, which are frozen, 4 grams of butter, and reduced sugar ketchup. So the changes that I made to this meal are just cutting back on the hash brown potatoes. So typically I would have 3 servings, which is like 250 grams of those, and that's what I did like for the longest time. This is like my favorite breakfast ever. I've been eating this breakfast for like a year and a half or more than that. I love it. But anyway, I would typically do 3 servings of hash browns, which is like 250 grams. Last week, when my carbs got cut from 250 to 225, I went down to 160 or 165, which was 2 servings of the potatoes. And now this week, I'm going full poverty status and only going 1 serving, which is like 85 grams. So I really don't get too hungry in the morning, so I don't think it will bother me too much. I also had some coffee, I forgot to mention, but I already drank that, with a pack of Splenda, which I did track. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat this, and I don't really film too much during the week. I haven't lately, just because my life is so freaking repetitive. It's crazy. I eat the same stuff every day. I'm at work from 8 to 4 on rotation, and then I just go to the gym and whatever. I do the same thing every single day. It's so boring. So I don't film too much, but definitely want to get caught up on this footage, and also I'm definitely gonna film peak week. I'll try to film like every day, maybe do like a day in the life every day, because next week I'll actually be done. I'll just be messing around, making sure to hit my macros and enjoy some higher carbs. But yeah, so if I don't film too much this week, that's why. It's just boring. I do the same shit day in, day out. But otherwise, I will see you guys later, and enjoy the day. So hope you guys all have a great day. Tuesday, the 15th of April, 5 a.m., heading to the gym for 30 minutes of steady state cardio. Today's an off day from training, so usually like to just bang out this cardio in the morning before rotation, and then kind of have the afternoon after I get done to relax, actually, instead of having to worry about heading to the gym then. So gonna bang out 30 minutes, shouldn't be bad. What's up, guys? It is Friday, April 18th, final day of rotation for me. So officially my last day really of pharmacy school. I got 8 days or 9 days until I graduate, the day after that show. So really excited about that. I do have to go in. Hopefully my preceptor will give me a short day. We'll see what happens there. And also the final day before peak week. So really excited. I got my plan from Tyler last night, which I will be sure to go over with you guys in a future video. This will probably be the last one, and then I'm gonna definitely do a lot of filming every day. I wanna film every day during peak week and let you guys know how I'm feeling and everything. Might not do pictures or anything like that, just so on show day there's like a dramatic change, hopefully. But definitely gonna keep you guys posted about like all the macros and everything. It's a pretty specific plan to me, and it's gonna be like variable because I'm gonna be checking in day to day. But I will go over all of that in the next video. Just wanted to close this one out. Like I said, it's 6 a.m. Just brewed up some coffee. Got 16 ounces of that. That there, Bodybuilding Bros cinnamon coffee. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Harry actually made that in a previous video, his cinnamon hazelnut. I don't have hazelnut, so I might have to pick some up. But got some cinnamon coffee there. Gonna cook my typical breakfast. You guys probably know what that is by this point too. In a few minutes, and gotta get to rotation by 8. Like I said, hopefully a short day, But anyway, spirits are high. Not gonna lie, this week was pretty rough. My energy levels were pretty shitty, but motivation was high, obviously, to get through this last week. So that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and for me completing a couple journeys today. So I'll see you guys in the next one with the peak week plan and let you know how things are going. Thanks again for all your support. We'll see you in the next video.